It's like I'm wearing a drape or something. Seriously, look how big this thing is on me. What? What are you looking at? Hello everybody, Missing Jen here. I know, I haven't done a video in a while since my little rant and rave, and well, I am coming up with a few other things soon, hopefully a lot more sooner than later. It's been kind of crazy around here with you know that one thing that I won't talk about that's driving me absolutely crazy. But I'm going to say that understandably that we have more information now than we had before, and currently in the state that I live in, there is a quarantine set up so that people won't go outside their houses, so that medical people can get stuff together, so when this hits the fan eventually, we will be prepared. Well, guess what? I like to show you the quote of what I believe to be pretty much what I think about the people that are coming in right now. And I hope you understand the sarcasm that is totally not on my voice right now. So let's watch the clip, shall we?
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things. People are dumb.
I hope you enjoyed that clip. Yes, people literally are still coming into our store. Happens also that we'd be the only store that's open in the county right now, after 11 o'clock at nighttime. Guess what, though? People don't think that we should be socially distancing or doing anything of some nature that would be appropriate in a situation right now. I mean, the government has set up a quarantine for this very reason, to get prepared, and people are just saying, I'm bored, I'm going to go out and do whatever I want. Let's go for a joyride. It's very irritating, because I've had multiple people come in here for multiple different things. Okay, I let things go with the cigarettes. I think cigarettes aren't really necessary, but for a person that's addicted to, cigarettes with nicotine, all that stuff, we don't need people having nicotine withdrawal right now. So I look at that as a necessity in that sense. I also look at you need gas. That's also a necessity. But I don't think it's a necessity, and the one thing I wish they would get rid of right now completely is lottery tickets. Lottery tickets is not a necessity, and it also is a health hazard. Okay, if you don't understand why I think it's a health hazard, I know you might think, well, what are you talking about? It's not that big a deal. Thing is, with lottery tickets, a little bit different than with cigarettes or other things. See, I only have to touch cigarettes once. When I pick them off the shelves and give it to a customer, they're going to get their product, and I only have to touch it once. They get it, they open it up, and now they're touching the cigarettes without the wrapping on it. I no longer have touched it. I'm associated with it. They have it. Well, same thing with bagging items. I touch them once. I make sure to touch them in a place that is, not going to contaminate the object. You should always wash your things down nowadays anyway, regardless, especially in this situation. But at the same time, I touch it once, I give it to them, they're done. And most of the time, I actually have them put it in there themselves because I don't want to touch it. Lottery tickets are a whole different situation, especially since we have to scan them behind the counter to give them their winnings. See, what happens is when we give them their lotto tickets, I touch them because I have to take them off the rack. And like cigarettes, there is no wrapping on top of lotto tickets. So when they touch them, if I have the virus or vice versa, because they're going to give it back to me to get the scanning, then what's going to happen is they're going to be taking that virus and spreading it. Whereas the same thing with me, if I have the virus. I mean, we know the virus right now that's currently going on, I mean, the epidemic, and the thing we can't talk about right now, is very infectious and very quick to infect people. And the contagious rate is way higher than anything like the flu or a cold. So the idea of touching tickets and having some type of way to a medium for things to go between people is a really, really bad idea. I think that's one of the things they should have cut off a long time ago. My manager has even talked to the actual governor here, and they agree that this is not an essential service. Fortunately, we have to go by what the corporation wants, and the corporation is saying nothing on the matter. I don't know. We can't even get a hold of them, so hey, I hope if you guys are listening and you know who I am, you might want to do something about that, because it's a very bad situation here. And honestly, I don't want to get sick for multiple reasons. One thing I don't want to why I don't want to get sick is because of the fact that I have people in my household, such as my mother, who have health conditions that can be very at-risk people for this type of, disease. Unfortunately, I can't not go to work and not work, so I'm going to go to work and do my job. I wash my hands as many times as possible. I sanitize as much as I can. I sanitize consistently, constantly, and everything. I mop, I clean the counters, I do all this stuff. But the thing is, we need to avoid as much as possible, and lottery tickets to me seem to be something that should be cut off completely. But the thing that's not the biggest thing. Okay, understandably, people are going to come here with lottery tickets. They might be going out somewhere, getting some things, and they come back to the gas station and say, oh, I'm going to get some lottery tickets and go home. I see the point of that. But when you're just coming to a gas station or a location just to do lottery, I have a few choice words for you. You're a jerk. I'm sorry. I can't look at it any other way. Why would you think lottery tickets are that big of a deal? Lottery tickets to me are one of the least essential things ever. I hated lottery tickets before this whole thing started. I hate it even worse now. Because all they want to do is turn in their winnings. And I think other people need to understand that you might want to save your money because you might need that money sometime down the road. Because if you don't realize, the more we shut down in this country right now and things are shut down, the more financially everything's going to go down the toilet. And if we don't get back up sooner or later, which I hope it's more sooner than later, we are going to be in a depression that will make the 1930s look like nothing. Okay? You don't understand. There's more industries now. There's more people at work. There's more people in population-wise. And everything's interlocked internationally. So if we don't get this back the way that it should, we're going to be in big trouble. Okay? So the fact of the matter is that the social distancing is supposed to make it so that responders, such as medical personnel, can do something about it. Fortunately, people don't think they take that seriously because we're bored and we don't want to do something. Get a video game. That's what I've been doing. I bought New Horizons for that very reason. I will have that actually as a review coming out pretty soon. Hopefully. I've been having really wonky work days, so it'll come out when it comes out. And honestly, I have to edit it. I have to add all the stuff myself. I've had to do a lot of other things. I had to use my computer for certain things because I can't just use my mobile device because mobile devices have very limited functionality and the stuff I need is only on PC. And it's a lot of headaches, so I'll try to do the best I can on that. But I just needed to get this kind of out of my system because people are just absolutely stupid sometimes. People need to understand that it's necessary to do these steps, not because they want to do it, but because it's something that needs to be done. And you're just putting people at risk for your own selfishness and greed. That's what it is. You're putting yourself above somebody else who could get vulnerable to this virus. Unfortunately, nobody seems to care around here, especially in the county I'm at, because we're the only place open, so everyone's going to come here. But the thing is, we're only open so that we can help people in case something goes foobar, But unfortunately, that's not what people are doing. They're just coming here to hang out because that's what they want. Even though we have signs to the contrary, don't solicit. Make sure you only get the stuff and get out. They don't want to read the signs. I had someone yesterday say, "Ow, I don't read the signs." Okay, I actually think I should have the right to kick them out of here if they're not going to take this seriously because, understandably, I did before. I think that it's driving me crazy. But if a authority tells me I got to do something, I'm going to do it. It says in the Bible that we're supposed to obey authority. Okay? And this is something authorities have put out and say you need to do. I mean, yeah, you don't have to do it. You also don't have to not swim during a lightning storm. You also don't have to not put a fork in an electric socket. You also blah, 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 blah. You get it, You don't have to abide by those rules. It will save your life. But, of course, people don't think it's going to affect them. They think that they're impervious. It's very irritating. I needed to make this video to say it's very irritating to work around here because people just want to do whatever they want. They don't want to listen to the law or anything whatsoever. And nobody just cares. They just don't care about what's going on. Regardless, it could affect somebody else, but they don't really think about anybody else but themselves, so whatever. But anyway, that's the end of my little rant. But honestly, I know I still have the same perception I did before, to some extent, but we have to abide by what they're going to do because, I thought that originally this was just going to be a 3-week period where they just want us not to go anywhere. I mean, it's just to get people prepared so that we have the facilities and things to take care of the situation. The 3-week period that you're going to have wherever you are, whatever state you might be, is only temporary. It's not going to stop the virus. It's just to give enough time to people so we can counteract it. I don't think everything should have shut down. I think we should take other measures, but that's another story for another day. So I hope you all enjoyed this little video. So my name is Mystic Jen. I'll see you all later. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please, please. I'm begging you. Because you'll never know what'll come out of my mouth.